What's going on, everybody? This is Nick Hampshire, and welcome back to Being a Romantic Without Being Asexual. Today, I really want to discuss acceptance. Looking through the comments on my videos, the reactions to people watching my videos and coming to the realization that they may be or are aromantic is very interesting at the array of emotions that people feel when learning this information about themselves. I love seeing the comments of people that feel relief. That's how I was when I first realized it was a thing. I kind of had already figured it out just because I'm very introspective, very independent. So a lot of it I had kind of worked out by myself already. So when I learned that aromanticism was a thing, I was like, oh, yes, this is that keystone that I've been missing. I often say, to me, it was like knowing my way very well around a dark room. And then when someone taught me or told me about aromanticism, it was like someone put the light on. And I was like, oh yeah, I figured it all out. I just hadn't seen it as clearly as I did once I learned about aromanticism. So for me, it was nothing but relief and then happiness and even a little bit of pride as I met other people in the community and figured out the benefits that I had from being aromantic, I guess. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't have that same response, and they are just devastated. And it had never really occurred to me that people would have that response to learning this information. But as so many people come into the comments and share their feelings, their stories, it's all very valid and really opened up my eyes to other people's experience. And I really wanted to address it. I can definitely understand why getting this news about yourself is kind of like a diagnosis. And the way our society is set up, being so inundated with romance and romantic love, and really, the idealization of romantic love as this kind of highest peak of human emotion. I know, especially after seeing you guys' comments and people I've known, really aspire to this. That is something 100% is on their to-do list. And then to learn that they're unable to do it is a devastating blow. And, I'm sorry to everybody that's dealing with that kind of response to this news. I've even known friends that kind of try to deny it. They still try and date despite knowing that they're aromantic, and, it doesn't go well as can be expected. So I just want to let you guys know, if you're having a hard time accepting it, it's okay. And, it's okay to be sad about it and to take your time. But if you've watched any of my other videos, I think there's a lot of positive aspects about being aromantic. I understand it can be disappointing that, you may never get married now, or you may never have kids. But I want to make sure that you know that that doesn't entirely mean those things are off the table either. You can still get married to a person even if you're not romantically in love with them. You can still have kids with a friend and co-parent. You can, raise a kid independently. That's the biggest thing I want to impart with people. Today especially, you can understand that relationships in life is really what you make it. It's a la carte, you know what I mean? It's not one size fits all. So really, it's just about figuring out what aspects you do like and do want and can do, and then just finding a partner that wants the same things, you know what I mean? And granted, our dating pool may be slightly less because many and maybe most people do need a lot of the things that we can't do, but that doesn't mean that people that we can date and are looking for the same things that we want aren't out there. You just have to put yourself out there a bit more than other people maybe to find them. It's all really just about open communication with potential partners and really with yourself to know what it is you're looking for and what you can handle. I talk often about wants and needs. What do you want out of a relationship that maybe you can compromise on in certain degrees, and then what are needs that really you can't compromise on. So if you're dealing with a hard time accepting that you're romantic, I just encourage you to think about what it is you really want in life. What is it that you think you're not going to be able to do now? And figure out workarounds or what you can still do, There's a lot of pros to being aromantic. Not focusing so heavily on romantic love is really a benefit. People waste a lot of time and money and resources and energy and inflict a lot of pain on themselves pursuing these types of relationships. And I feel fairly blessed to be exempt from that. Like, all that time, effort, energy, money, all that stuff that people put into like other people for those relationships that go nowhere, I have all that for myself, or to like friends and family that are like far more sustainable relationships. They're, you know what I mean? Like, so many people put all this time and effort into relationships and then they never talk to them ever again. And sure, you might have learned something from that experience and become a better person, blah, 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 blah. But like, imagine if you had all that time and effort and energy that you had put into this relationship that didn't work out, and now you guys don't even talk anymore, and you had been putting that into a friend this whole time. And even if like you guys move apart, like, there's not that awful breakup that separated you guys. Like, you guys are still friends at the end of the day. Or, you know, if you're putting all that effort and resources and energy and love into family, like, they're there forever. So these are like just things, people, relationships that you can build on. You know what I mean? And to me, like, that is a great strength of being aromantic. And just, I feel like it genuinely, as far as I can tell from talking to other Aros too, is like, most of us, I feel, are typically relatively independent. Like, because we don't have that like void for another person, I feel like, at least for myself, I've always been a bit independent, and like, I've been cool chilling on my own. Like, that is beautiful. So many people need another person around to feel complete or to feel happy. And like, when they don't have it, there's like a longing, and it isn't until they get older when they have to self-reflect and figure out what it is they really like. Like, as an aromantic person, I feel like I figured that stuff out so long ago, and it has been such a benefit throughout my 20s and into my 30s that like, I've felt like a fully actualized person for a long time. And I really do feel like that is a benefit of being aromantic. I'm not saying everybody is. If that isn't true to you, I'm not saying that, you know, feel bad about yourself or anything like that. But I'm saying the fact that you don't need another person. You might want another person because that's what you think you're supposed to want, or maybe you genuinely do want that, and that's fine. But if you think about it, I feel like without that desire or capability of romantic love, you can just be a little bit more satisfied on your own and really find happiness within yourself. And that is really tricky for some people, especially if you're aromantic, and a benefit to us as aromantics. So again, you're not broken, you're not a robot, just wired a little bit differently. And I know it can be a lot to process, but like, you'll get through it. And once you've gotten to the other side of accepting it, you can really start tailoring relationships to your wants and needs. And I promise things get so much better and easier once you're through that tunnel, so to speak. So hang in there. I love you guys as friends. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos. I have tons of ideas on what to talk about moving forward. And I really, honestly appreciate everybody that leaves a comment. If you are just learning about aromanticism and you think you are, or you know somebody or whatever, anything, just drop a comment. I respond to every single comment that I can. I only have like 300 subscribers, so comments are pretty manageable right now. So I respond to every single one as best as I can. So let me know your story. I really like hearing them. It helps me feel connected to you guys. And the more information that we have out there about everybody, the more together we feel, you know, and the stronger we become and more actualized and validated we are, you know. So thanks, guys. Love you. Leave with love. Have a good day.